According to you, how have marketing evolved in this age?
I guess the first thing I would like to tell people is that marketing is a very broad field. I guess in that, the divisions I would look at is that you could either look at a very B2C orientation or business to consumer type orientation. Meaning this is what the likes of a Levers or a Coca-Cola would do. The second, this is a less widely understood space, is very B2B or business to business. Now, typically, I guess business to business is an area that's not as well understood in India. This is basically one large company selling to other large companies in India. And what happens here is this space is not very maybe advertising or top of the line marketing driven. There's a lot of other factors that play a role here, meaning there's influencers, there is complex decision making, the decision cycles are very long, the sizes of the deals are very large. An example could be Boeing trying to sell aeroplanes to Indian Airlines, Kingfisher and others. Single deal will give you $2 billion. It's a bunch of very senior people selling to another company. So you'll not really sell basis maybe advertisement, but you'll basically be selling in a very different sort of a process. This is a process, I would like to encourage a lot of people to think beyond just the standard consumer oriented companies. What happens is if you look at a company like Coca-Cola, there'll be two brand managers who will be managing the brand Coke. A large number of the other MBAs, all they're doing is looking at distribution. So all I'm saying is that it's typically very glamorous. When I did my MBA, the first company I could think of I wanted to work for was a Coke or companies of that sort. But as I got more and more exposed to things, I realized that I don't necessarily want to be out there in the field interacting with maybe a reseller or maybe a shopkeeper or a distributor. My skill set was slightly different. I got excited by being in front of very senior people. I got excited by being with decision makers who could take that decision. These were people who could make $1 billion type buying decisions. So I think what I would encourage people to do is, this goes back to what I was saying earlier, that if you have a little bit of work experience before you do your MBA, that's great. If you don't have experience before you do your MBA, I think it's a great idea to try and do as many projects. Some of these projects could be on the ground, some of these projects could be done remotely. Also, as much reading and interaction with people from the industry. Marketing, I guess, is fast evolving, and one of the key things that people will need to watch out for is showing how you can measure the results that you're giving. So more and more people, today a CEO is not comfortable with just saying, okay, spend $5 million on marketing or spend X amount on marketing. What they're looking for is, what is the ROI? I spent 5 crores or I spent 10 crores. Did I get 100 crores out of it? So that's one of those things that, measuring ROI is something people will have to focus on.